Hello, guys. All right, yeah. So, what are this one that we can start? So it says many of the people on the link couldn't join. I think the college is starting a live streaming of this, and they're going to put it on YouTube. So request is for the college folks to put in the YouTube link in chat so that you can send it to your friends and they can listen as well. Looks like there is a maximum number of participants on Zoom, so there's only limited set of people that can come in. So the rest request is put the link on chat so other students can join in as well. So good morning to you guys, and I'll start presenting my screen. I promise not to bore you because I've been in these pre-placement talks where people ramble on. I'll try not to do it. If I am, please put it on the chat as well. So 1 second. So let me know, share my screen. Okay, so there were some comments that were coming in. Let me just take a look at the comments to ensure that people can actually. Okay, it's Vince not able to join. So do the link and then you'll be okay. So I don't know if you guys know about us. So we used to have two divisions. One is Ajaira, the other one is Casa. So we used to come recruit as Ajaira earlier. So I think you have been to your college as well. So the pattern will be the same. The type of skills we look for is the same. Ajaira we just exited, and Casa is our own product. Ajaira was outsourced product development division. So we were actually developing products for a lot of people across the globe. We are really good at product building. So in 2017, we started building our own product. End of 2017, December 2017, and that's Casa. And what Casa does is, most of you guys would have shopped at various retail shops, right? So when you shop at a retail shop, all of you get an SMS, and most of these are offers. Most of those goes to promotional bulk, right? In the sense that they are all spam for the most part. What we wanted to do was actually eliminate spam and provide retailers with the intelligence to delight customers, so that at every point of your interaction, whether it's at the shop, whether it is online or on a mobile and so on, we are able to personalize that interaction so that spam gets reduced, right? So if the retailer knows you better, your buying preferences, tastes, and so on better, then we can enable a more personalized journey for you. That is what Casa provides the retailers an ability to do. Right? So it's completely omni-channel in nature. So whether it's at the store, whether it's online, we are able to deliver a personalized customer engagement. So that's number one. What we do. From a retailer standpoint, when we sell to them, we help in increasing customer lifetime value by engineering delight. Right? So by engineering delight in terms of ensuring that we can personalize that interaction, provide the customer what they really want at that point. Right? So that is engineering that delight at every touch point. So that's kind of what we are offering as a value back to retailers, so that the customer is more loyal, the more lifetime value that gets created for the retailer. So from a retailer standpoint, from a business standpoint, that's what they look at. So we spoke about the customer's view. When we shop, we want it to be more personalized. That's what all studies are showing. And from a retailer standpoint, we are helping increase their lifetime value. So a little bit more about the problem statement that we are solving, right? So why is this very important? So I'll actually flip to the next slide and come here. I kind of switch the slides. So this is from our actual retail data. Roughly about 70% of customers are one-time customers. Right? And usually there is a lot of deep discounting. There is offers that are run on social media to get one-time customers. And people just come in and buy. So all these guys just come in once and they buy, including a lot of us. Right? So just because of an offer that is provided by the retailer. And the repeat is just 12%, and 18% of people that are repeat drop off. So it's actually extremely bad from a business standpoint, right? So you can't run a business like this. You need repeat, more and more loyal and repeat customers. the better it is for the retailer. So it's extremely important. A lot of retailers used to use social media, and hence there was a lot of drive towards social media ads. Revenues for social ads went up quite a bit, and so on. Retailers will continue to do that, but I think of late, this focus on retention has started. One sec, there is some chat out here. Let me just check. Okay, the YouTube link is there. So, the focus on retention is becoming more and more important, and personalization people are starting to realize. So when we did this in 2018, when we launched our first version, nobody wanted to talk to us actually. So that wasn't top of mind for retailers. They wanted to do social ads. They wanted to see how to acquire customers. In 2019, incidentally, everybody was talking about it. So we were just early by 1 year, but luckily we had a product that was working for them. And there were a rapid growth of channels as well, right? So now you can have Facebook Shop, Insta Shop, WhatsApp catalog, and so on. So there are a number of channels through which you can serve the customer. That's increasing as well. So we spoke about the second one. We spoke about the third one. The fourth is growth of AI as a field of adoption that can be processed at scale. So basically, the cost of doing AI has actually decreased a lot, including the infrastructural cost around it. So we could offer it, in a cost-effective manner back to retailers. And that's a very important thing that kind of added to the mix. So all of this helped us to actually build what I would say is one of the leading platforms. So if you look at most of the startups from India, not everybody, but a lot of the startups, they are clone-offs of something that the West has done, or it's essentially doing something at a lower cost. Usually that's been a pitch that we actually go from India. We wanted to change it, right? So we wanted to kind of lead in terms of the thought process, in terms of innovation that can happen from India. And that's kind of what we are achieving as well. Over the last 3 years, every competition that is there in the Indian market, we have been able to out-feature. And these guys have been there for 10 years, 15 years, and so on. And we have been able to do much better from an innovation standpoint. We have also changed the way that retailers want to think about customer retention. Earlier, it used to be loyalty programs and CRM. That we have managed to change, at least with the large retailers that we are working with. And, we believe there are things that we are doing currently, which will help us to do better than a Salesforce or an Adobe, which are our global competition. And there is a set of startups as well, Punch and so on. But, we kind of want to lead thinking. We want to lead innovation. Right? So the reason why I'm saying all of this is because what you will be working on will be highly innovative in nature. You'll be solving solid tech problems. Almost everybody on the team now is actually solving a pretty strong tech challenges. So I'm hoping that the team will talk to you, but we are solving really strong and complex challenges essentially. So customers view, once CASA is implemented, they'll have consistency across channels, right? So whether it's online or offline, they'll have same offers, points, promotions, vouchers, right? So products are personalized to an individual. The pricing is personalized to an individual. So pricing and so on, we haven't got done yet. We have products and offers, product to an extent. So it's a continuous evolution. So we'll work on parts of AI that are left. We'll need to work on something that enables the customer to have a more personalized experience of the store. That's a bunch of things that we need to keep working on. But those are all things that we'll develop in the future. And it'll be a seamless journey across channels. From a retail marketer, they'll be able to see various patterns of behavior, and they'll be able to define journeys for each. And that's how we personalize. We give them various patterns of behavior, from our dashboards and so on. So that's another thing, and they'll be able to react in a much better manner. So, as retailers that are currently doing business with us, and this list has increased quite a bit as well over the last 2 months. We have almost done two times our existing customer base in terms of accounts closed. We just need to complete our implementation and so on. But Chroma has been one of our long-time customers almost over the last 3 years. Apple Imagine Store for the last 2 years, Darling Retail, last 3 years. Indian Terrain more recent as a customer. So Happy Mobile, Select Mobiles, almost a year now. Krishna Streets, a long time customer. PN Rao, almost about a year, and so on. Right? So that's a bunch of folks that we have. In terms of tech stack, we tend to choose the technology that would best solve that challenge that we are working on, rather than saying that we'll do only Java or only Node or only Python or only Rails or whatever. So we have an amalgamation of tech stacks. We chose the technology where it can work the best for us. It's kind of completely polyglot in nature. So one thing I can guarantee, if you join us the next 5 years, you will still be in a learning mode, right? So both in terms of tech, in terms of the stack, as well as in terms of the best ways of actually going about doing software engineering. And that's something that we are all passionate about. We are very passionate about how to write clean code, how to ensure that the systems are designed well, in an optimal manner, that type of stuff. So every one of us at CASA is very passionate about those. Yes, we want to build an awesome product. While building it, we also want to build awesome infrastructure around it, or awesome engineering around it. So that's kind of what I had to cover. I still wanted to have a hard stop by 10, so I kind of went really fast. If you guys have any questions, I'll be happy to take them. So there'll be two other things that guys may be interested in. What is a package and so on. Anand will handle it. The other thing, which I think, I don't know if any of our folks from people who joined us as freshers, they are there on the call. If they are, it'll be nice for them to share their viewpoint as well in terms of their experience at CASA. Anand, yes, anybody there? Do you know? I just asked to unmute you. Are any of our devs there?
No, sir. No, they haven't joined.
Okay, no issues. So you'll definitely have an opportunity to talk to them over the course of this interview process. A few things that I kind of want to leave behind as you keep going through the process. One, the first round challenge is not an implementation of a known algorithm. So that's number one. Two is we do take a look at everybody's code. So please don't, and we have seen this earlier as well. People try to use, they look at the test cases and then they'll say, if it is this input, then this output kind of thing. Please don't do that. Even by chance you get 100%, there's no chance because we have enough hidden cases. But by chance you get 100%, we look at the code and we'll disqualify you. So please don't do that. It's a waste of time for you. It's a waste of time for us as well. Please don't copy. We take copying extremely seriously. We do take, again, as I said, to take a look at the code. If the same logic appears, then you're out. And the problem can be solved using multiple ways of, multiple logics. So we will know. We have done this enough over the last 7 years. As soon as we look at the code, we'll know whether it's been copied or not. Since we do take a look at everybody's code. So at least everybody who's got above 80%. Right. So that's very, very important. In future rounds, right? So this is the first round where you will need to come up with a logic of your own to solve the problem. Geek for Geeks will not help. Those are things, please don't go look up and go Geek for Geeks or on online solutions. We create our problems, so you will not find an existing solution. So that is number one. We waste your time unnecessarily. Rather, it's better spent about thinking about the problem and how to solve it. We are looking for reasonably clean code during the logic round. So split it into smaller functions. Let one function do one thing. Well, solve the problem and refactor it. If you need additional time, we will give you additional time. That's not an issue. We just want the problem to be solved. So that's on the logic round. The following rounds will all test your thinking again. So getting the answer right is important, but talking about how you are thinking and so on, they'll be important as well. We'll cover that off in each of the rounds. So there'll be 3 additional rounds after this one, or 2 additional rounds after this one at least. We switch the order a little bit. So, wishing you guys the best. If you have any questions, I'll take it. Otherwise, I think we can start, and all the best to all of you. We want to hire as many people as we can. Usually, it is tough getting through our interview process. But however, if let's assume that all of you clear, we will hire all of you. Okay, so there's no dearth for need at this point in time. We are scaling very rapidly. We recently got funded as well. So we do need a very strong engineering team that can join us. So we are looking to scale. So are there any questions? Please put it on chat. I'll be happy to answer. This is our goal and the vision. Delighting customers at every touch point, being a clear leader in the space that we are creating. And 3, to create memorable experiences for more than 1 billion consumers. If we achieve these 3, be very happy to have run this startup. Yeah, so the package, yes, when you're freshers, we will train you. You'll go through an onboarding process. So typically, what we do is, when you, if you get an offer, we'll get you in as an intern for the first year. During your final year. So definitely for exams and studying time, you can go back to your homes or to college. But we'll talk to your college and try and get you in as interns. When you are an intern, you'll go through a very rigorous onboarding process. It's about 4 or 5 month thing, where you'll be given an exposure to various types of ways of clean programming, database concepts in more detail. There's a bunch of things that we'll cover: CI/CD, writing tests, introduction to various modules. Will allow you to pick up what the module does, that type of stuff. So all that will be there. So there are 3 rounds, maybe 4. It varies. So between 3 and 4 rounds will be there in the hiring process. There's one more in terms of package. So I left the package to the end. Okay, so package is essentially roughly around 10 lakh per annum. This includes a 90K benefits package. If you do really well, you will be eligible for stocks, but that's provided that it depends on the individual, right? If they do well, you get stocks in the company. We do want to go to an IPO. It may take 7 years, it may take 5 years, I do not know, but we are looking to go to an IPO given that we are a funded company. And yeah, so a lot of companies include the stocks into the package, but we don't. We promise what we can do right now, and then if you do well, you'll get more stocks and your value increases. So while you're coding, you cannot change the language of coding. So please, we'll give you time first to read through the problem, make your choice of programming language. So you'll be given about 20 minutes. So once you are confident of your choice, then please put in the language and go in. You cannot change it at the time of coding. So in terms of languages that we support, all major ones, there should be JavaScript, there should be Java, C++, C, Python, Node. So you should be having quite a few languages in there. I don't think you would have, there'll be a dearth. So far, we haven't come across a language that the person wanted to use that we do not support. Golang and so on. So the rounds that you're going to attend, this one is a logic round. We'll test for your logic and you're able to come up with logic for a problem to be solved. The second round will be a modeling round or over round, or it could be a DB round. So we are still trying to figure out. Not necessarily the second round, that would be the third. The second round, we change the order a little bit for this time around. So the second round will be based on projects that you've done, any outside work that you've done, any stacks you have tried to implement or test out, in your free time, that type of stuff. So that will be the second round, and some concepts on data structures, algorithms, that type of stuff, right? So things that you would read through your engineering courses, that will be second round. Third round would be either object orientation or databases, one of the two. Most likely an object oriented round, where we will look at your ability to, given a problem, are you able to identify the right kind of classes, the right kind of methods within the classes, that type of stuff. Yeah. For first and second round, you can change your programming language, not a problem. First round can be C++, second round can be Python. We'll leave it completely up to you. How you will get the link to start the test? Anand, I may need you to come in here on how it is organized.
Sure, sir. So I shared the link with all the placement coordinators. By this time, they would have shared it with each and every individual, I guess. So you can check with them, and you can start off with a contest. So the link is active right from 10 o'clock. 10 to 4, the link will be active, and the contest will be around 1.5 hours to 2 hours. Any doubts on the contest?
If your link hasn't been shared, request is for placement coordinator. Please share the links. So what the college would have done is about 200-300 people in each link. So you'll all get different links, or 200 will get the same link, and then the next 200 will get a different link. So those links will be there with your placement coordinator. They will share it to you shortly. There are no aerospace companies, I guess. This drive is for CASA Retail AI. It's a technology company, software technology company. So no aerospace in this one. But if you're doing an aerospace major and you are really good at programming, then you're free to apply. Similarly, there are no restrictions. You could have arrears or whatever, it doesn't matter. We want you to be good at software engineering. We don't really care if you're, what your marks are. Having been through this process, that's something that we learn. In fact, some of our best programmers are ones that had arrears. So
I have posted the coding contest link in the chat section as well. You can take it from here.
okay, guys, all the best. So I'm stopping sharing right now. Okay, so Anand, what would be next steps for them? So they just get into the link, and then for the next 20 minutes, they can go through, ask questions, and so on, is it?
Yeah, right.
So we would need one of our devs to be there to anchor. Is somebody there to answer questions and so on about the problem?
Yeah, I'll bring in someone, sir, for this.
Sure. So would they come into this link, or would they go somewhere else?
The same link.
Same link, is it? One of the challenges that we'll have is, since some of the people are not able to get into the Zoom link and they have been outside, we will need to be able to answer their questions as well. So request to placement coordinators and to the students, since not everybody is on this link, for us to be able to answer questions, have your people, your friends, to put in their questions that they have about the problem, or any questions about their problem, onto you or to the placement coordinators, and we'll answer it on the chat out here as well as live. Please pass it back to folks, or if they have a really urgent question, ask them to come into the link. The placement coordinators have to coordinate this. So Pranesh, the link is just above. So I don't know if you give 2 hours or 2.5 hours or something like that for the test. It'll be there. There'll be a counter that's running. So you should be able to look at that. So you'll have enough time. And if you need more time, if you're very close to solving, don't worry about it. Just talk to whoever is here on the call. They'll extend the time for you. That's not an issue. So it's not about rapid solving. It's more about solving it well. So if you have made very good progress, they'll take a look at your code. They'll take a look at the cases that are passed. So they will make sure that they can extend time. Other thing, please keep saving regularly. Every time you save, the code will compile. It will actually test in the background and come back. So save multiple times through the journey. The other thing is you are free to use an online editor. We don't restrict you from going to another place, searching for things. We're not interested in you knowing syntax. We are interested in your thought process and logic. So you can search online for stuff. You can even do your code online if you are very comfortable with an online editor. Please use that, but paste the code back into our system. If you're doing that, make sure that the base code that is already there is taken and copied over as a starting point for you. That is extremely important. Don't neglect to do it. I repeat, if you're using an online editor, take the existing code that is there in our editor, copy it to your favorite editor, and then start adding to it. Don't remove the existing code because that is a marker for us to ensure the test can get run. So please do not eliminate any of the code that is already there. It's very basic code. It'll allow us to actually start the right things. So please do not remove any of the existing code. So take that, put it in, and then start writing on top of it. And save multiple times. So each time you save, your code gets backed up. So in case your system freezes, in case power goes down, there can be a lot of issues. At any time, we'll be able to take your latest save and give it back to you. So please save multiple times. Don't forget to save. Okay, so Anand, if you can get somebody in, I'll drop off Anand.
Sure, sir. I'll bring it. I'll bring Hari or.
Sure, I'm leaving. So all the best, guys. I would suggest that you stay in Zoom link. The reason is if you have a question, you can actually get it answered in the first 20 minutes. So as soon as that, when you go in, the test doesn't start automatically. So you'll pick your programming language, you'll see the problem. You can always go back and change the programming language after reading the problem and so on. So, go through it, take a look at it and read through the language. Read through the problem. If you have any questions on the problem as such, please ask. So that's why I'm asking you to save the link so you can actually answer those questions.